The Trump administration has released more than 200,000 documents related to the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The files were made public despite some opposition from King's family. The records detail years of FBI surveillance on Dr. King until his assassination on April 4th, 1968. They had been under a court-imposed seal since the late 70s. Let's bring in historian Doug Brinkley. Thank you so much for joining us. He is an American author, presidential historian, and professor of history at Rice University. Always good to see you. It's been a while since we last gathered. What's in these files and what stood out to you the most?
Well, the most important parts of the release, and then when we say 230,000 pages, a lot of this is just filler stuff, articles collected by the FBI or CIA or other government agencies. The nut of it is boiling it down to who killed Martin Luther King Jr. And this group starts looking at how the government dealt with Ray. We forget sometimes that Ray left Memphis after killing King and went to Canada. How did he get into Canada? He changed his name. He flew to Great Britain. And the manhunt really is what this tranche of documents release is all about. And I find the most interesting things to be how the CIA is looking into Ray, because now it's international. He's fled the U.S. and is somewhere abroad. And then there's some James Earl Ray, a tape got released of Ray explaining things. But most scholars are underwhelmed by this release because everybody is waiting for 2027 when supposedly we're getting the FBI tapes, the wiretap tapes they did on King will be released, including the famous tape in a hotel room where Dr. King was ostensibly with a woman, and then J. Edgar Hoover sent that to Dr. King's wife, Coretta Scott King. So that's to come out in 2027, but this batch is certainly of interest, but mainly about 68.
So, I think the question two people have is why do this now? Some things pertaining to the FBI's monitoring of Dr. King were left out, but what specifically was not included in this release, but why now?
I think President Trump on the campaign trail was promising to release the JFK files and the King files. And I don't know whether the timing of this had to do with getting a different narrative out due to Jeffrey Epstein's demand for those files. But I think the net is that Trump wanted to show that he is releasing stuff. So getting this out there now, we're talking about it, makes people think, particularly in the MAGA world, think that maybe he will eventually release Epstein documents or do the right thing in that regard, too. So I would call it campaign promise being fulfilled in half. The big enchilada on Dr. King should be coming, though, in 27.
So those tapes is really what you're saying people are looking to
Yes.
hear more from. Dr. King's family was opposed to the release of these files. Posting on Instagram, his youngest daughter, Bernice King, said, "I wonder why I have to be confronted once again with something that was very confusing and distressing for me as a 5-year-old." Could this release of these files in any way, do you think, hurt King's legacy?
Not what's been released right now. And incidentally, Bernice King wrote an excellent article just out with Vanity Fair, which is worth reading. The problem, though, with saying they don't want the King family want things out, it was the King family, Coretta Scott King and children, that were saying James Earl Ray wasn't the killer, that we think it was a conspiracy. We think somebody else was involved. So once you're the family saying things like that, the only answer is to look at what's available and try to do a whodunit. The good news is that Trump administration, I feel appropriately, let the King family know this was coming out, prepared them so they weren't blindsided. And in the end, just like the recent release of JF Kennedy files, it's of interest for historians cherry picking A, B, and C. But generally, nothing much has changed about the way we view the assassination, except looking carefully at how the manhunt for Ray took place and his eventual apprehension and then put in prison in Tennessee.
All right, historian Doug Brinkley, always good to have you on the program. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend.